She said, can I help you? And I didn't want to walk in there and say, I'm here to have an abortion, because I was embarrassed. I had just rededicated my life to Jesus Christ. I knew what I was doing was wrong, but there was no way I could have this child at all. I went into the little room, had a small little couch, a little end table, and a television and a lamp. The worker comes in and says, how can we help you today? And I said, well, what are the results? And she said, yeah, you're pregnant. And I said, okay. I said, do you do abortions here? And she said, no, this is a Christian center for women in crisis pregnancies. And I thought, okay, well, if you don't do abortions here, there's no need for me to stay here and waste your time. And she said, well, do you mind just kind of talking to me? Can I talk to you about this? And I said, look, you know, I don't want to talk to you about this. I don't want you to try to talk me out of it. I cannot have this child. And you don't even know the first of it. And she's like, you know, just as much as she could, she was trying to talk to me. And I said, I have no money. I have no job. I'm at Lee College, which if they find out I'm pregnant, I'm going to get kicked out anyway. I am a single parent of a 2-year-old son. I don't have anything. I mean, I don't even have food. And so I said, there's no way I can have this child. And nothing that you can say right now is going to change my mind. I have disappointed my parents since I was 12 years old. I'm done. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. I just rededicated my life to Jesus Christ. I can't believe this is happening to me. I'm done. And I said, as soon as I walk out of here, I'm going to an abortion agency. And I remember her beginning to cry. And she asked me, she said, before you leave, would you mind to watch this video? So she comes in and puts this video on and leaves a little box of Kleenexes next to me. And this man begins to say, it all began with a swirl of blood, and you see the inside of the mother's womb, and a baby, you know, breathing and moving, and then all of a sudden a needle comes through the womb, and solution begins to squirt out of the end of the needle, and then the baby begins to convulse, and then it stops moving. But I remember parts of a baby being flung onto this cold silver tray, fingers and toes and feet and hands and arms. And I mean, I just didn't understand that was what abortion was. I thought maybe it was a pill that you took and then it was done. And I mean, I didn't know. I knew that you walked in a center and you walked out and you weren't pregnant anymore. And so I sat there and I cried. I mean, I mourned more for these children than I just watched being murdered. And I knew that wasn't for me. There was no way that I would be able to do that. And so I left that center feeling hopeless, helpless, desperate. About a week later, I remember coming home from school, and I remember opening up my cabinets and there being a bag of popcorn and nothing in my refrigerator but a little butter and maybe a little bit of milk. So I popped that bag of popcorn, I poured that milk, and I gave it to my 2-year-old son. Now, at the time that I came here, I didn't know anything about food banks, food stamps. I mean, I didn't know I could go to a church and ask for help. I didn't know anything of that. I just knew that I didn't have any food. And so my son ate that food and he drank that milk and he went to bed. And I remember sitting up in my living room against the wall, crying. And I was hungry. And I was sobbing because I was thinking, how am I going to get through this? I remember just being so tired when I woke up in the morning and I thought, you know, I'm going to get his jacket on and I'm going to take him to the park and he'll forget he's hungry. And then we'll go from there. Like, I don't know where my next meal is going to come from. Inside, I remember I was so scared. And I said, buddy, we're going to go to the park today. We're going to have so much fun. And I was thinking, what am I going to do in the park when it's over? What am I going to do when he's on the swing and says, Mommy, I'm hungry. I didn't have any food. And so I remember putting him in the stroller and pushing him across the living room floor. And I remember opening up the door and there were 6 bags full of groceries on my front doorstep. I mean, there was pancake mix and orange juice and milk and bread and cheese and eggs. I mean, and I knew at that time, I thought, everything's going to be okay. Like Jesus Christ, the Lord is telling me, trust in me and I will provide your every need.
How great the love of Jesus Christ. Upon the cross of Calvary, the blood was shed that pardons me. No